What's up, guys? So as you can see, I pulled off a win for the trial 2, and that bumps me up quite a bit to rank 74. And so now I'm closer to Juicy and Poo Poo. Would like to get a rematch with Poo Poo. Birdman, like to get a rematch with Birdman, and never have had a chance to go against. Oh, El Pimpe's here too, so we're all in the same area. The Blood 9, but I never have had a chance to go against Juicy, so it'd be nice if we could stay within range of each other, and maybe next week we get matched up. And OG Diamond Dave, I think it's also Dave account, probably. I think I remember seeing that closer or in the vicinity. So he might have both his accounts top 100 now. And the Seer, Gallium Gully, C-Row. Yeah, so it's a lot of guys I like to go against right in the vicinity of where I am if I get another win, depending on how they do as well. This has brought me up over the threshold for Masters 3. So hopefully another win today puts me kind of solidly in Masters 3, and then I can try to maintain for the rest of the season. This is what I'm running on defense. So at the last minute, or not last minute, but a couple hours ago, I decided to try Captain America with Astros and Black Knight, and I thought about doing Morgan. I think she could have some advantages if they were to bring in Mystic Tunes, but the Cap and Black Knight synergy could be enough to give the Astro team a chance to get going. So we'll see how that goes. Updog and actually the Seer are running the Orchis here in room 2. And so I thought I'd try it. I'm not sure if this is the best placement order. We'll play around with it and see how it goes. And Updog and I both kind of decided to just try Bifrost. And Winston had said they had heard about Bifrost being used and being more of an efficiency sink than some of the other teams that have been going in here. And as we thought about it, it might actually be true, because the way they can take so many early hits. Of course, they're going to lose. But I haven't had anything go in here that was really, of late, being an efficiency sink. The first week, I think so, because guys didn't know what to do with the room. And now it's Alpha Flight Void Knight. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully better than what I had before. And so not having much after making these changes, I did a couple practice sessions with Updog, and undying with LDS is not terrible if your undying is built up a little bit. And so we'll see how this goes. I don't expect it to do extremely well, just hoping for an efficiency sink. So I went ahead and spent, I think it was $11 to get Zombie Scarlet Witch to 5 yellow, and then I went ahead and just decided to take Zombie Juggernaut to 2 diamonds, as I'd been kind of itching to pull the trigger on that and just to kind of see how he would do there. I don't think I'll take him to 3, but I definitely wanted to take him to 2. So of course I'm starting over again with saving all my Dark Diamond promos. And once again, we're going to keep the Illuminati Odin in room 5, see how that does, and trying this Updog room here, and I think the Seer's running it too. And mostly because last trial it was such a close match. If you're talking about 20 some odd points in the difference there, then I'm just hoping to get more of an efficiency drain here so I can try to stretch the margin a bit. This is what my opponent has on defense, and so what we're looking at here is I think some pretty standard rooms. There's quite a few things that come to mind to try here, with the exception of 6. And so we'll see how to play around with that. But for the most part, my thought is probably some type of Cabal Apoc team to go in there just to be for sure. And so we'll see what that means for room 4. This is a huge 3-diamond team, so there's a little bit of a reluctancy there because even Mercs and Apoc can run into some problems with this room because you got a Skrull in here. So that's something to think about as how I want to go into that. But I think the other rooms won't be too hard. I'm definitely going to double sack 3, and then we'll kind of get a feel for how to play out the rest here. And so just to give you guys a quick look at the matchmaking, I thought Genesis might win. I was hoping he would win, so we get a rematch. But maybe down the line, I don't know if I've ever even been in a matchmaking with Derpy. But once again, another Super Troopers. Here's his stats. And these are my stats. So for the most part, I think we're pretty evenly matched. He definitely has more diamonds than I do. So that could mean more purple 3 ISOs as well, but we'll see how that goes. So once again, we have the Orchis in room 1, and we're gonna go ahead and just use our Night Stalkers on them. It's been pretty safe and effective, and I had thought about maybe using his Night Stalkers on his room too. But I said, let's just be safe. Let's not try something we hadn't tried before, because this is a crucial, pivotal chance for me to get a 3-0 and then move up a little bit higher in this top 100. And so as you can see, I had Blade go first today. And so that means Oath gets to go. She followed behind Blade. It's just super damage. And then now you have Agatha that just kind of finishes the whole thing off. So no matter which way the turn order goes, it seems like it's just going to still be a very quick battle if it's against Orchis. And so here's like, well, Secret Defenders is still pretty big. And if I go in with Silver Surfer, then I might be able to, get rid of this team somewhat effectively. I have no idea how well this Ancient One is going to do, so I just go ahead and target her directly for the rewind. And I said, we'll just see how that goes. Mostly because I want to try to get some damage in on her as well. And I said, we're going to go in on her again because we don't want her to get her special off. I have no idea how that's going to affect the Secret Defenders here. And so now she's stunned and she's almost dead from that passive attack from Photon. I wanted to try, even though it was very unlikely anything was going to land on the Moondragon. I just wanted to try to see, because I figure from the older 3, they're much more easier to control. So like, let's just see what's going on. But I do have to make sure I get rid of the Ancient One, put some damage in on the Atom and the Gamora. So I wanted to make sure I did that with the ult from Silver Surfer. Now you can see Moondragon is so powerful. She heals them all the way up to full. But the good thing is Ancient One is gone and Nebula is gone, so they don't have the assist. Now here's like, let's just target Atom because I think he had already died once, and maybe I can go ahead. Well, no, he didn't die, but I can get him to die because he's pretty low. Because we do have the Black Cat in there taking away the revives. And so now he's gone. And then I wanted to get over to Gamora, and I forgot. It's like, right, she'll put the taunt on somebody when she's low. And this is a huge Moondragon, so it's like we just got to try to get through her. And so I'm just chipping away. You can see how durable she is. But fortunately for me, Gamora just dies from the bleeds. My team is on full health, and for the most part, except for Hard Light, and it's like, okay, this is about probably as good as I can get on this counter. Now here I was a little bit worried because he's got his full Annihilators with a 3-diamond Skrull. I have no idea how hard it's going to hit when Skrull goes off, but it's like, this is my best bet. I'm really used to using this counter. Once again, I like Old Man Logan on the corner. In some cases he won't go really fast, but in some cases it does because docking goes, and so he should get the assist. And so that's the hope, you get the assist, only he didn't. And so Ultimus goes. But it is time for him to do a special. I want to go in on the gore. I want to make sure I don't have any accidental hits on the Old Man Logan from gore. Before time, Ultimus gets to go, not Ultimus, Apoc. And so after targeting the Gladiator for the ultimate, I was thinking the Falcon Punch, the Power Punch, whatever you call it, take out Thanos. And then now we're going to try to zero back in on the gore. Mostly because Skrull is already gone. So it's like, well, let's just hit that 3-pack. We'll see if we can get some damage in, because the goal is really gore. But since Gladiator has so much health, we take him we put the initial hit on him. We do kill the Gore, we kill the Ultimates, and now we're going to shift right back to the Skrull and concentrate on him. This is not extremely efficient, but this is one of my better efficiencies on a team like this where I'm punching up. And so it went pretty well for the most part, where I didn't lose anybody. And I think if you can hit that Gore and stun him, then you can really take control over the fight. There's not too much I could do about the Ultimates because he went so soon into my Panda pool, but this was still best case results for me going into this battle here. So now looking at the Superior 6, I'm like, well, I do need Ares, so who I'm going to take out? And it's room 6, and I'm like, we're looking at a built-up new Strange, and guys having these huge Ares. He's got 2 diamonds on him. I'm like, well, Ares goes in, we're going to take out Slayer because he'll probably die fast. And then it's like, I guess it's room 6, so we're going to pull Doc Ock. And so, because my thought is, we're probably going to do a lot better with Lizard in here. You know, you got Spider-Verse, and then you have the Vulture to try to put a slow. And what I've seen so far is that Strange is so tanky, and he'll bring back 2. He'll revive 2. So once you get some of your primary attacks in on probably, you know, Black Cat and maybe Robbie, you do have to focus down on Strange. You can't spend a lot of time on Ares, and you can't worry about Hard Light. So I go up the middle, I put the slow, and it's like, okay, so now we're going to target the Hard Light with the ultimate from Lizard, and then just start focusing in on this Strange, because I think the worry here is that if you go after Secret Defenders as you normally do, worried more about Robbie and Black Cat, and you don't focus in on Strange like the old days, then he's going to bring them back, and you're going to have to fight this team all over again. And I think that's what this guy's been getting people on. I've dealt with Strange enough on offense, defense, for me as a player and going against, it's like, okay, we got to try to get in on him quickly. And that's why I put the ability block on him. It's like, and just try to keep him from using his special or his ult as long as possible. So that was the key. And so once again, you know, after this ult here, it's like we're going back to Strange. Now you think you're pretty safe because Black Cat and the Cosmic Ghost Rider, I mean the Robbie are gone, but there is still a problem, and that's why I targeted Strange with the Ares, and then I went in with Green Goblin. And even though the target may switch from him to one of the tanks there, I still want to hit that 3-pack. So fortunately, the Wong, he summoned right there next to Strange, so I was able to do that. Now here's where I was a little concerned. He does have his abilities blocked, but this is a huge Ares. Like, I got to get through this Ares. Fortunately, Ares is not that tanky outside of war, so I was able to chip down on him. And when Strange comes out of being in stealth, it's like just go right back in on him, because if he takes a turn, he's going to bring back 2, and then you're going to be, you know, out of gas, because you see my team is down to the nubs here. And so I don't really fear the Wong too much. So it's like, just get rid of Ares, and then we'll just work on this Wong. And this is probably because of the using Superior 6 here, the best results I could get. And that's mostly because I wanted to be sure and not chance Superior 6 on this out of time, because I think that's probably what's happening as guys are going to his out of time. He's got 3 diamonds going across the board on them, and they may struggle. And I've seen that happen even with my out of time. If you play it wrong, they can lose. So like, well, let's just plan for Cabal. Now, I probably should have went with the basic from Kang, because what it did is it put the taunt onto Cap, and so I wasn't able to kill the Black Knight as I should have. And so that cost me some efficiency. So that's something to keep in mind. Just go with the basic, don't be greedy. And this way you don't suffer a lot of damage, and it's a much quicker, smoother battle with no retaliates, because the Black Knight will be gone pretty early in the fight. And so now, since I have so many raid teams, it's like, well, let's just see what Alpha Flight looks like. I could have subbed in somebody different, tried a Nightcrawler or something else, but I just wanted to see what the full team looked like going in, because this is a sack. And I'm getting kind of preoccupied, because like, okay, they're getting a chance to go. Let's see what can happen. And they're doing a little bit, considering, you know, that it's a safeguard on them from Mephisto. But as soon as I get the goals, you can see she just starts wiping out my team. And it's not going to take much more because you got a huge man thing, you got a blade in there. And so the sack really doesn't go as well as I thought because Alpha Flight doesn't have the durability to pull the abilities as I would like. So this is not a good sack team, and I would say don't use that. And probably as well hive mind, because I'm in experiment mode. I'm thinking, hey, everything's fine. I'll pull all the abilities, and I'm pulling abilities from the Night Stalkers. And as I'm going, I'm like, wait a minute. Did I ever pull Mephisto's ult? And I think I didn't actually realize that until I actually went in with Spider Society. But I'm going along here, I'm like, hey, let's just see how this hive mind does. And so, because they do have a chance to chip away at them. Now, they don't have enough power to really get through the barrier that's still on the tunes here. But at the end of the day, the idea was to see how well they could do. See if there's any chance that they could be a team that could take out the Night Stalkers after maybe a double sack. And the same thing was the case with the Alpha Flight, just to get a feel for what would be going on, because both of these teams they seem to be faster than Night Stalkers when they're on defense. But as you can see, they're not tanky. They don't have any type of survivability to go with it. So that's something, even though it's in the sack mode, to keep in mind that it doesn't take much for them to die. And so once again, this is, maybe I didn't even realize it at that point, but Mephisto hadn't ulted. And so it's like, well, this is going Spider side, and I think that's when I realized, like, wait a minute, I don't remember Mephisto ulted. And it's like, well, there's nothing you can do now. You got to go on into the battle. And so, fortunately for me, he's got his Mephisto right next to his man thing. So that ult from New War did a little bit of damage to Mephisto. So when I do the ult from Pav right onto Mephisto, you can see all the damage he's doing to the entire team. And that just goes to show that even without pulling Mephisto's ult, how powerful Spider Society is in this room. Now, can they possibly one-shot? I'm sure guys have tried it. Maybe that's what goes on, and then they clean it up with something else after they double sack. And that could be something that I'll try down the line is something that's possible. But since guys are running this so much, it may not be.